Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, the place where we make fun of the morons we see out here on the road, bit like this one who's definitely ain't had his Weetabix this morning or his medication. Or this mug who's driving the black Audi on the left there, who obviously has the same attitude towards a red traffic light that he's always had towards education. Nah, it's not really for me. Or maybe this type of muppet who's got the hazard awareness and common sense of a breeze block. Or what about this muppet who Dennis had the misfortune to come across, who has the amazing ability to appear stupid and confused whilst performing the most basic of turning manoeuvres? Now there's a few different techniques for reversing. One is using the mirrors, one sticking your head out the window, or maybe you can use a reversing camera. Or as this driver's got his time on a technique of just reversing up until he feels the bump and hears the smash. In the land of the witless, that numpty'd be the equivalent of Julius Caesar. Now just have a look at this halfwit who Michael come across. This is so typical of the crap that you see out here on the road. Pulls to the left. Why does he go to the left? Because he's turning right, of course. No indication whatsoever. Oh yeah, we'll just all guess, eh? Then just stops in the middle of the road to do a 3-point turn. Don't worry about letting cars pass before you start doing your turn. No, just do it when you like. I'd like to say he's as thick as a doorstop, but a doorstop's useful. It can hold the door open. The only thing that idiot's going to hold open is his mouth when someone asks him a question. Now a lot, but not all of Audi drivers have got a couple of things in common. One is their right foot's heavier than a dinosaur's testicle. The other one is that their parents always change the subject when anyone asks about them. Now I don't know about you, but it really warms my heart to see mentally challenged and backwards individuals functioning in society. A bit like this 2-wheel 2 brain cell specimen who keeps or goes straight through a red light and straight across a very busy junction indeed. When they start taxing us all for intelligence, he'll be alright, he'll get a rebate. Now, I don't know about you, but it never ceases to amaze me the amount of reckless and dangerous drivers we see on the road. But there are a lot of safe drivers out there too. A bit like this crayon eater going from lane 3 to the slip road in one go. He's safe, yeah, about as safe as a rat in a Jack Russell breeding kennel. It makes such a pleasant change driving in the countryside. Beautiful scenery, blue sky, open roads, and idiots with open mouths who've got the visual ability of a ballpoint pen smashing your car up. Now we do see a lot of bad and reckless BMW drivers on this channel, but that doesn't reflect on all BMW drivers. But then you have numpties driving like this, doing all they can by using Olympic level commitment to keep the brainless mental wander stereotype alive. Now a lot of the older Volvos had a reputation of being a good strong car, but unfortunately the driver of this undertaking Volvo seems as mentally strong as a tissue trampoline. Now some drivers engage with common sense and intelligence the way a goldfish might engage with quantum physics. And this Burke in the Merc who's equipped with shop window mannequin-like intelligence is a perfect example of that. Another one that makes looking stupid seem effortless. This is Penton Rise. It's a 3-lane one-way road which is just up by King's Cross Station. But when you're the sort of low-capacity driver who understands the highway code and the rules of the road, as well as a garden gnome understands Morse code, it's no surprise you're going to go up a one-way road the wrong way. Now anyone with a modicum of intelligence would have turned round right there, but not Doofus, he just carries on. Dashcams do two things. They provide evidence in case of an accident, and they let you see through the eyes of a backwards simpleton who doesn't know how to drive. Now small cars are really useful in cities and built up areas, and here's one such car now pulling out of this side turning, but because the twat's pulling his invisible trailer he has to take it wide and come on the other side of the road. Donut. So from drivers who drive small cars but have to take very wide corners in them, to a melt in a van that cuts corners like a carpenter that only makes round tables. He's a real echo without a chamber, that one. You've got to be careful when you're riding a bike, especially when the ground's a bit damp and slippery, because you never know when some real double blank in a black and white mobile domino's just going to pull out in front of you. You know that helmet thinks he's in Fast and Furious, when really he's just slow and gormless. Now nothing quite lets people know that your brain is as functional and as useful as a chocolate anvil in a blacksmith's workshop as not looking where you're going and nearly hitting the car but stopped in the road. That was so close. Now, it never ceases to amaze me. How do tossers even do this? How do you fail to see a vehicle was directly in front of you? Unbelievable. Expecting some of these drivers on here to drive safely and display a modicum of intelligence is like expecting a pigeon to understand trigonometry. I bet the driver of that black Golf couldn't even spell trigonometry. Speaking of trigonometry, have a look at Trigger here in the white Transit Connect driving on the pavement like a real damp firework. If brains were rubber, he wouldn't have enough for an action man's condom. Now, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, if you're driving up a one-way street, you can guarantee that at some point you are going to come across some sausage jockey who's got a brain that functions as well as a rubber bath sponge coming down that one-way street the wrong way after absolutely ignoring the no entry signs at the top of the road. I give up. Now, for most people with an IQ higher than 50, driving on a motorway is pretty simple. Well, that is, of course, unless you're a massive Joe Blunt in a white van and you've got the navigational and directional ability of a compass needle in a magnet factory. In which case, the only thing what's simple is that van driver. Now, when it comes to safe and rational driving, no one beats the highly strung parent with a child in the car who's late on the school run. Now, you can't see it in the video, but Snipzimmer did say that there was a child restrained in the back seat. And that overtake, well, that was as pointless as an inflatable dartboard. Yeah, that parent's as mentally stable as a two-legged tripod. Guys, if you like what you see so far and I put a smile on your face, can you do me a little favour and please hit that little like and subscribe button down below? It's free and it really does help me out. Oh, and if the hype button appears, press that as well because that helps me out too. Thank you. Right, there's a new government-backed scheme that starts tomorrow that lets you circumnavigate traffic queues, but there is some criteria that you need to meet. Number 1, you've been suffering from a long-term mentally debilitating affliction. Number 2, your initial is C and your surname is Unt. And number 3, you drive an Audi. Now, we all know you have to give cyclists 1.5 metres when you drive past them. But when you're the sort of driver that gets confused easily and you start reciting the alphabet with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then it goes without saying you're going to get centimetres confused with metres, obviously. Now, I don't know about you, but driving safely isn't that hard of a task, is it, in the big picture of things? Well, that is unless, of course, your brain is as functionally pointless as a Velux window on a submarine, in which case driving safely definitely is an insurmountable task, along with tying your shoelaces and writing in joined-up writing. Now, just watch this non-thinking steering wheel mover and ask yourself, how does one do that? Just drive straight into the side of a van, what's basically in front of you. You couldn't make this up if you tried. Now, if your name is Senseless Sue and you face the same level of difficulty parking your car that a scarecrow would face if ever he has to sit a maths exam, then that's where you leave your Land Rover, in the roadway. And here's another oxygen thief who, as we can see, is a member of the Brainless Mental Wander Car Club, taking up 4 spaces. Poor bloke still confused, bless him, as to why his parents always told him to go and talk to strangers when he was little. You're going to like this one. Cars parked in the middle of the road. Dust cart can't get past. What's the problem? Must be some sort of emergency, surely. Yeah, I'll tell you what the emergency was. That ratchet right there had to go into the shops to get some crisps to stuff her face. The only positive contribution that thing will ever make to society will be her organs. And speaking of organ donors, nothing quite lets other road users know that you actually are aspiring to be one, like pulling out in front of an oncoming vehicle. That driver's got an intelligence level that would make a cockroach gloat. Very dark road, very bright double white lines, very dim single-digit IQ flat earther going flat out there, totally ignoring the word slow on the ground, probably because he's seen it far too many times in his old school report, I'm only guessing. Ah yes, the good old public car park, the place where you go to park your car while you're going to do your shopping or whatever you're going to do. It's also the place where 1 in 5 accidents happen. And it comes as absolutely no surprise at all with dysfunctional paint chip eaters driving through car parks like that, who are as mentally stable as a linguine ladder. These mugs are like the gift that keeps on giving from our channel. Well, that's it for this one, everybody. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. I put a playlist there on the right if you want to watch some more of my videos. Thanks to everyone who sent in clips. Have a fantastic weekend and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.